righty, let's do this thing. Boys, say hi.
What up? Heyo.
All right, we're all about a week into our beard journeys, okay? This is where we're at, a little bit of scruff. So kind of the main point of emphasis with this video is kind of helping you get through that first little grow out phase, the first couple weeks. And here we are, week 1. So most of you won't need to probably clean your beard up at week 1, but for the sake of the video, I'm gonna do that for you. So the main points of emphasis that I'm seeing, I've got a pretty wide, more square face. So I like the idea of taking bulk out of here to kind of slim me up through that direction a little bit more. And then I like the idea of coming in and creating the jawline that I'm looking for. So here we are a week in, let's go over cleaning this up. So what I'm gonna do, obviously I have access to more tools than most people. However, I think you can do it with some basic stuff at home because I do it quite often. I'm just grabbing a basic trimmer. I'm gonna start with this thing all the way closed. As you can see, mine has a lever that goes up and down. I'm gonna start with this bad boy all the way closed, and I'm gonna come in here on my face, and I'm gonna hit that as short as possible. Okay, I've got my short stuff here. Then I'm gonna come in and match it on the other side. Beautiful. Okay, now we're gonna open this thing up halfway. We're gonna hit that same line again. Then I'll open it up all the way, fully open, hit that line one more time. And then I'm gonna do this thing, same thing on my sideburn area. Halfway, hit the line, then I'll open it up all the way, bring it up. As you can see now, we've got a pretty smooth transition. It's faded. I've brought the shape in just a tiny bit on my face, kind of narrowing this out a tiny bit, keeping it square through here. Let's do the same thing on this other side. Halfway, hit our line, open it up all the way, bring it up. Beautiful. Now halfway, hit it here, all the way, hit that line again. As you can see now, we got a pretty smooth fade through there. Okay, now the next step is we grow our beard out. One of the main things we're gonna wanna look at is what shape do we wanna create with our beard as it grows out. I like the idea of beards being makeup for men, so we can kind of create whatever jawline shape you want. If you have a more wide face, you might wanna look at going at a sharper angle. If you have a more narrow face, probably a more squared off, wider angle, a little less sharp. So I kind of like where my jawline already goes, so I'm just gonna follow suit with that. I see all this stuff below the jawline, and what I'm gonna come in and do is just clean all this stuff under here, and I'm just gonna replicate the jawline that I already have, okay? The one point of emphasis I want you guys to look at when doing this is do not bring these lines up too high. We do not wanna create a chin strap, so then when you look down, your beard tucks into your double chin. We do not want that, okay? So I've created that line. It follows the shape of my jawline. It's about an inch lower, okay? So when you look at me from the side, I'm not too squeezed off through here. Let's recreate the same thing on the other side, just following the shape of my jawline that direction. Does that make sense? Looks like I went a little too high on this side, so I'm just gonna barely match it. And now we're pretty even through there. The main thing is, if you like your lines, don't worry about them being perfectly even. Nobody's gonna notice, okay? So if you like where they're at, okay, that one looks good. Okay, that one's a little high, like I said, but it's fine. It'll be grown out in just a couple days, I'll fix it, okay? So now we're done with that. The next thing we're gonna come in and do after we've cleaned all this area up is we're gonna look at cleaning this section up through here. One of the big things I see with people creating their beards is they try to find the thickest part of the hair and then they bring their lines down a little bit too low. What I want you guys to look at, if you've ever looked at any like kind of art stuff, there's always the rule of thirds. We've got a third here, we want a third here, and we want a third here, with our beard being the final third. If you bring this line down too low, where you create a chin strap, it's gonna stretch this part of your face out way too much. We wanna keep these lines high, and another reason why we wanna keep the lines high is it's gonna frame the cheekbone. And that contrast between the light here and the dark here is gonna make your cheekbones appear to be popping out a little bit more. So do your best to keep the lines high, even if you don't have the best lines or the best thickness through here, always keep your lines high. Try to frame your cheekbones, so let's go in and do that. I'm just gonna come in with a basic trimmer. You can still use the same clippers that I just used. However, this is a little bit easier since I have access to it. That's what I'm gonna use. And I'm just gonna come in. See how high I'm staying? My good line would be through here, but I'm just gonna stay right above that and just frame that cheekbone nice and clean. Same thing on the other side. Perfect. That area is done. Now let's look at the mustache. Different ways to do mustaches. We're gonna have some more videos coming out soon. Court's got a really long one. TJ's kind of got a middle of the ground long one right now. I like keeping mine a little tighter. So I'm gonna brush all this out. I'm gonna hit anything that comes below my lip line. I'll do the same thing on this side. And then what I like to do is I'm gonna come in now. I'm gonna go straight down over the top and catch all the flyaways. So I'm gonna look down. I'm coming with my clippers, catching all those frizzy flyaways. Now we'll do some minor shaping. Don't ever go too hard, sharpening those edges up. And that's pretty much where it is. Not a huge difference, nice little fade, keeps it tighter through here. Just makes it look like it's on purpose. Like I said, this is a week's worth of growth, so we don't have the world to work with, but it's a good start. This is what I like to do a week's in, but yeah, there you go.